Eastview up by 9 in our last Class 4A quarterfinal. Thanks for joining us on PrepSpotlight.tv. Jason Doro here with you. Austin Fryer producing, and then Kit Callis behind the camera. A big thank you to them for all their hard work behind the scenes here to bring you state tournament basketball from Williams Arena on the campus of the University of Minnesota. Forest Lake with the basketball out of the timeout, and Abby Leach tries a long three. That one caroms off. Macy Giebert has the rebound, and she pushes ahead. Shovels out to Carson. Her three misfires to the right. Long rebound collected by Holtman. Holtman will push. A high dribble, and she pulls up from 10 feet. Misses off the heel of the rim. Basketball on the ground, and that was last touched by Carson. It caromed off her knee. And it even drops off the elevated surface here at the barn. One of the unique features of this facility, which opened in 1928. A capacity of more than 14,000 and a good crowd on hand for this matchup between Eastview and Forest Lake. Two teams that both entered at 24-5. Pull-up jumper from Grenoweg is good. Grenoweg is into double figures with 10 points. She reached 1,000 career points earlier this season, back in February. 12.5 minutes to play. Schwann's at the left block, misses with the left hand. Pass up ahead for Johnson, but Giebert tracks back and gets the interception. Giebert with the head fake, funnels it down for Schwann's, who finishes at the 10. Macy Giebert with excellent play on both ends. Macy, the daughter of former Eastview head coach Melissa Giebert. This is Grenoweg at the block, goes up through contact, misses the shot. Carson with the rebound. She's hounded after the board, and she escapes up court. Now, Melissa Giebert was Miss Basketball South Dakota back in her playing days. Ended up coaching at Eastview and won the 2014 state title at the helm with her other daughter Madison on the squad, and Madison's now a star of South Dakota State, and Eastview extends their run here. Emma Carpenter with the and one. Carpenter goes to the line with Eastview already up by 11. Now, under Melissa Giebert, this team made 4 straight state tournament appearances, and then she handed off the program to Molly Casper in 2015, and Casper has taken them to 4 more straight, so they've compiled 8 straight trips to state, as well as 2 titles, one at the end of Melissa Giebert's run, and then one under Casper last season when they went a perfect 32-0. 12-point lead for Eastview after the and one from Carpenter, and Forest Lake finally connects from deep. Abby Leach drains the triple. It's the first 3 of the afternoon for the Rangers. They're 1 of 10. And now a foul on the other end. Bryn Schwann's drawing the whistle. It should be on Leach. Two team fouls against Forest Lake now. Just 1 against Eastview in this half. Schwann's at the line. The 6-foot junior forward misses on the first. She's also on the Lightning volleyball team, a middle hitter who is second on the basketball team in rebounds per game. Swishes the second, and it's a 10-point contest. Eastview, being a perennial powerhouse, is going up against a team that has built its way up over the last several years. Maddie Rice travels there on a drive and gives it right back to the Lightning. Forest Lake in 2015-2016, they went 7-20 overall. But they grabbed 8 more wins the following season, then went 19-12 last season. Giebert leaves the 3 short. Grenoweg comes down with the rebound and will push. Grenoweg with the pull-up jumper. She drains it. Grenoweg has a dozen now. And so this is now back-to-back trips to state for Forest Lake. They're ranked number 9 in the state by Minnesota Basketball News. That pass inside deflected. It trickles out of bounds, and possession goes back to Forest Lake. 10:15 to play here. And Forest Lake is keeping things interesting after trailing by 11 at halftime. Jen Wagner in her 14th season as the head coach for the Rangers. Got them to second place in the Suburban East this year, behind only Stillwater. And the Ponies await the winner of this game. Stillwater won earlier against Shakopee in one of the other 3 Class 4A quarterfinals. That one no good from Gunaweg. Carson with the board. And Carpenter walks it ahead. Under 10 minutes left now. Carpenter tries the backdoor pass to Giebert, and it hit off of Holtman's foot. So it stays Eastview basketball. Carpenter, as mentioned, is the career assist leader at Eastview. She's committed to play collegiate basketball at the University of Minnesota Crookston. So she'll play on the D2 level in the NSIC for the Golden Eagles. She passes it inbounds here. Carson, dribble drive all the way to the left block. Left-handed shot goes. Can Forest Lake respond? Behind by double digits once again. Johnson inside, fires it out. Leach thought about driving. Instead, she retreats. Gives off to Grenoweg. Grenoweg hounded inside the lane. Bounces to the baseline. Up and under move from Holtman, and she spins it off the glass and home. Forest Lake will not go down easily. They trail by 8, and Jen Wagner calls timeout with 8:58 to play on PrepSpotlight.tv. Halfway through the second period here at Williams Arena. Eastview up by 8, 36-28. And fans, we'd like to remind you that you can post your pictures and videos and tag MN Prep Spotlight to share the fun of state basketball on PrepSpotlight.tv. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at MN Prep Spotlight. This was a full timeout for Jen Wagner and Forest Lake. They have 3 remaining, while Molly Casper has 4 left in her back pocket for the final 8 minutes and 58 seconds here at Williams Arena. This building opening in 1928 at a construction cost of just $650,000. Nothing compared to our modern arenas. But there's so much that makes it nostalgic and an incredible environment to enjoy a basketball game. Carson pounding it on the right side. Passes off to Glass. She tries a long 2. It rattles off. Holtman has the rebound. Glass was right behind her looking for the steal. Instead, she races back on defense. Glass is playing with 3 fouls, by the way, as Leach jacks up the triple. It's no good. 2 bodies collide on the rebound, and it's called a jump ball. The arrow favors Eastview. Eastview seeded as the number 3 team in this state tournament, behind only Stillwater and Hopkins. And Stillwater awaits the winner of this one. The Lightning with the number 1 seed in Section 3. Pass inside for Schwann's wide open layup. Forest Lake cannot afford buckets like that on the defensive end. Now trailing by 10. Eastview made pretty easy work of that Section 3 tournament, defeating Park of Cottage Grove and Henry Sibley. They did get a good test from Rosemount in the section title, though, and won 42-41. Holtman misses that shot. Carson hauled in the rebound. Carpenter passes to the near side. The Eastview point guard has averaged 13 points per game. in the postseason to this point. Gebert inside, and she's fouled. Gebert catches the basketball and immediately looks to attack. Just a really smart player, an aggressive one at that. She has a game-high 12 points so far. And she makes the first free throw. Macy is committed to play D1 basketball at the University of South Dakota, joining almost everyone else in her family in playing collegiate basketball in the state. Her sister Madison went to South Dakota State and is actually still there, a senior, who was named the Summit League All-Decade team. And her brother Drew, who is Madison's twin, is at the University of Sioux Falls. Madison was also the career leader in points at Eastview High School when she graduated 4 years ago. Made 4 straight state tournament appearances with the Lightning. Corner 3 from Grenoweg, and she caught the side of the backboard. It's tapped out of bounds by the Lightning, so it stays on this end. 6 minutes, 54 seconds left to play. Forest Lake facing one of the largest deficits they've seen this afternoon. Grenoweg gathers off the inbounds, penetrates, almost lost it, and bounces out for Rice. Jen Wagner barking out instructions right in front of the Forest Lake bench. One of the unique features of playing at Williams Arena, the coaches standing up on the elevated floor, able to guide their teams from that spot. Rebound by Logan Anderson, rips it away from the defender and gets another foul call on Eastview. 2 team fouls against the Lightning, 3 against Forest Lake to this point. We've seen relatively clean basketball throughout the day here at the barn. Grenoweg steps back, then passes to the corner. Anderson over to Holtman. She head fakes, drives inside, tries the scoop shot through a forest of Lightning defenders and misses it. 6:12 left to play. Eastview can be more patient offensively, leading by a dozen. Instead, they go right back into attack mode, and Carson scores. Carson has 8 in this game. And the Eastview zone continues to extend out. Gebert pressuring the ball. Grenoweg backing down Carson. Has to fling it to the far side, but she stepped on the end line. The turnover that Forest Lake can't really afford at this point in the game.